I give the floor to the United Nations Watch.
Mr. President, my name is Denise Ho, singer and democracy activist from Hong Kong. The Vienna Declaration guarantees democracy and human rights. Yet in Hong Kong today, these are under serious attack. Last month, 2 million people walked in peaceful protests, fighting an extradition bill that would remove the firewall, protecting Hong Kong from interference of the Chinese government. Police shot rubber bullets and 150 tear gas bombs against unarmed protesters.
Sorry, there is a point of order. I give the floor to China.
Mr. Vice President, I'm asking for the floor to raise a point of order. The Hong Kong Special Administrative Region is a part of the People's Republic of China. Just now, this delegate of the so-called NGO, in her speech, mentioned Hong Kong side by side with China. This is an affront to the principle of one China and the principle of the UN Charter. I'd like to ask you, Mr. President, to urge her to use standardized UN formulation when referring to places.
I remind speakers to adhere to the well-established principles of the United Nations, including the principles of the United Nations Charter. And I give the floor back to the speaker.
Dozens were arrested. 4 people committed suicide as an ultimate cry of despair. This anger of Hong Kong has followed years of deceitful promises. Since the handover, we saw our autonomy slowly eroded. Disqualification of 6 lawmakers, kidnappings of booksellers and activists jailed are proof of China's tightening grip. Real universal suffrage is still non-existent. With the chief executive officer appointed and controlled by Beijing, China is preventing our democracy at all costs. Mr. President, the Sino-British Joint Declaration is a binding treaty registered with the UN. Yet after only 22 years, China is denying its obligations. The one country, two systems is nearing its death. Protests are still ongoing.
There is a point of order. I give the floor to China.
Mr. Vice President, I'd like to ask for the floor to again raise a point of order. Just now the Speaker has made unfounded allegation to the system of one country, two systems. We categorically reject this. We'd like to ask you to remind her not to use abusive language in her speech. I thank you.
I please ask the Speaker to take note of the points made by China while I give back to her the floor to her.
Will the United Nations convene an urgent session to protect the people of Hong Kong? Given its abuses, will the UN remove China from this Human Rights Council? Thank you.